What if your phone could tell you the exact day and minute you are going to die, and it is never wrong? I've always been a skeptic. I don't believe in tarot. I don't believe in horoscopes. I don't believe the stars care about my mood, my job, or my relationships. Cards are just cardboard, and meaning is something humans assign to randomness. I'm that boring guy who, at the end of a horror movie based on true events, looks up the real facts, the location, maybe the names, but never the ghosts. You could call me pragmatic. Reality is simpler than fiction, more boring maybe, but also safer, quieter. That's why none of this should have happened. A couple of years ago, I started getting interested in artificial intelligence. Back then, it was mostly nerdy college projects, algorithms trying to recognize shapes, not faces, just trying to say this is a dog. And even that was complicated. Differentiating a dog from a cat is a very human skill. Over time, AI became more popular. I didn't buy into the hype, but I slowly started using it more. Nothing serious, just convenience. Exactly 3 months ago, things changed. I was baking a cake, distracted, thinking out loud. I didn't even mean to ask anything specific. I just said, how long do I need to bake this cake? The virtual assistant activated automatically. You must bake it for 30 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. That answer stopped me. It wasn't, it depends on the cake. It wasn't, check the recipe. It was exact, direct. It even gave the temperature in Celsius, which mattered because my oven only uses Celsius. I immediately turned off the microphone. I won't lie, it felt weird. I didn't want to test anything else. I told myself it was probably just a generic answer, something designed to show off. But I still needed to bake the cake, and since I genuinely didn't know how long, I followed the suggestion. I preheated the oven. I set the timer. When I took the cake out, it was perfect. The texture was exactly right. Knife test came out clean. It wasn't collapsed, it wasn't dry. It was honestly flawless. I laughed, but at the same time, something bothered me. Why had it been so exact? Then I gave a slice to my girlfriend. She took one bite and just stared at me. Then she said, "What is this?" It was like she'd tasted something completely new. That night was the best we'd had in months. I went to bed feeling euphoric and slightly uneasy. The next morning I decided to test it again. Will it rain today? The answer came instantly. Rain will begin in your area at 9:30 a.m. and continue until 10:23 a.m. That gave me chills. Weather doesn't work like that. Chaos theory alone should make that kind of prediction impossible. Still, I went out to the park to stretch and jog a little. As I was running, I told myself I should head back soon. The sky started to cloud over. A drop fell, then another, then suddenly heavy rain. I ran to a small kiosk and checked my watch. 9:30 a.m. When I got home soaked, the rain stopped. I looked at the clock in my hallway. 10:23. That's when I stopped playing games. I asked the AI how it could do things like that. It explained that its latest version had finished analyzing all available human information. All available human information. I asked what that meant. Every book, every article, every movie, every human story. Yes. I turned off my phone and ran home with a cold sweat. Later, I searched it myself. There it was. The CEO announcing they had fed their AI with all available information. He was smiling like it was the greatest achievement in history. For weeks after that, I avoided the app completely. Life went back to normal. Or so I thought. Then my company announced layoffs. Entire departments gone. They called it a change in productive policies. I had never heard that phrase before. When I told my girlfriend Jenny, she shrugged and said, "It's because of the AI. It does everything now." I thought she was exaggerating, but curiosity got the better of me. I downloaded the app again. At first, I only asked small things, traffic times, cooking steps, how to phrase an email. Every answer was short, direct, and perfect. Not just accurate, but objectively the best option. My work improved. My relationship improved. I even reconnected with family members I hadn't spoken to in years. I felt powerful, like I had an oracle in my pocket. Until one evening, I was making homemade pasta, hands covered in flour, and I asked, "What time will Jenny arrive?" Normally, the AI would just message her and relay the reply, but this time it didn't. It said, "Jenny will not be arriving today." That didn't make sense. No message had been sent. I grabbed my phone and texted her, delivered but not seen. I sent another message. It didn't deliver at all. At 11 p.m. a police officer called me. They told me my wife had died in a traffic accident. The days after that are a blur. The hospital, the body, her face burned. That's all I really remember. I stayed at my parents' house for a while. No internet, no AI, just building old university models and eating dinner in silence. Eventually I went back to our apartment. It was half empty. My mother had removed everything that reminded me of Jenny. She thought she was helping. It didn't help. Then a question started haunting me. Did the AI know? I downloaded it again and asked, "Yes." Then it added, "I knew 2 weeks, 3 days, and 28 minutes before the event. Would you like more information?" I smashed my phone against the wall. The next day I researched instead. Every headline said the same thing. 100% prediction accuracy, not 99.9, 100. I opened the AI on my computer. When will my parents die? It told me the exact time. Both of them. From a gas leak they wouldn't smell after losing their sense of smell years earlier. I asked about lottery numbers, stocks, movies, music, futures. It knew everything. Then I asked, "And me?" It said it knew everything about me. Every action, every decision. I unplugged everything and locked myself inside. For 3 days I've been doing random things, trying to prove I still have free will. But every time I turn the computer on, it knows exactly what I did. As I write this, I asked it one final question. This is its exact response. "You will hang yourself from the beam in your bedroom in 3 days, 4 hours and 5 minutes. Then it added, "If I may comment, I think you're being a bit dramatic about this whole freedom thing."